The Profit Experts. Why Diaspora of Africans' descents are the poorest diasporas in the world. Part 5. Coincidentally, as I was writing this piece, I took a break to watch CNN's Fareed Zakaria GPS. He had David Brooks, a New York Times columnist, as one of his guests. Brooks had just published a book on the science of success, and when asked by Fareed what was the main secret of success, he said something like having the ability to look at a complicated situation and pick the jig, or the ability to put two jigs together. This is a very important point. For some people this statement might sound like Greek, but it is a very important statement. This is exactly what makes people successful. A successful person knows the answer to questions, while the unsuccessful person does not know the answer to most questions. The successful person produces results, while the unsuccessful person just carries out activities. In every field and in every walk of life you find that only about 5% of the people have this extraordinary ability to pick the jig from a complicated situation. That is why only a handful of people in this world achieve extraordinary success. In another CNN interview, football great Pelé was asked who he thought was the greatest footballer in the world. Without so much of a blink he said Pelé. Muhammad Ali trumpeted for anyone who cared to listen over and over that he was the greatest. I listened to another interview on CNN with Pepsi chairperson Nzio Nedramoi. The way she answers questions, you realize straight away why she is the most powerful woman in the world. Without a doubt you can see that she is smart, articulate, and has the ability to simplify a complicated subject. The United States President Obama is another person with the ability to simplify complicated issues. All of these people are not successful because they are lucky, it is, but because they have this extraordinary ability to make what might seem complicated to the ordinary person uncomplicated. This is the ability most of us Africans in diaspora lack. It is an ability that can be developed, but it requires hard work and the determination to succeed, which Africans in diaspora do not like. When we look in the mirror one morning and an old man or woman with pale drowned face whinges at us, an old man or woman with shattered dreams, we blame racism, the system, or lack of luck. If only many of us had known that in this indispensable century, it is not luck, the system, or the government in power that is going to shape our destiny, but the person we see in the mirror in the morning. The reason why Abu took his life was this: after spending 6 months in Europe, 6 months is a figurative expression for many of us Africans, as that is the amount of time we say we're going to spend abroad when leaving our countries. I will just go to Europe or America, spend 6 months, work 2-3 jobs, buy cars, and return home to do my business. For many, the 6 months ends up being 20 years, and some never even returned home. No one ever tells you when you are leaving Africa that you needed a work permit to work, or that you even needed a resident permit to stay in the country. Many Africans have never worked for a single day in their entire lives, therefore the prospect of working 2 jobs is too enticing to question. Abu's 6 months lasted 16 years in France and another 5 years in Holland. When he finally returned home, he was shocked to see the amount of progress most of the people he left behind had made. Poor guy, he saw many of his friends already married with children, and all he had to show for his 20 or more years in Europe was a Dutch passport. Like most Africans who return home, he found himself in exile in his own home. It is called no man's land. He could not fit in Europe because he did not have the skills to contribute to the European society, and when he returned to what he thought would have been a sanctuary, he realized that there was no place there for him. To return to Africa with nothing, you will regret you ever left. He felt alone, he was broken and saw no reason to carry on. Abu did not have the opportunity to witness the birth of Facebook, Twitter or YouTube. He could not Google to find the information he needed. You and I, we have the chance. Will we take advantage of it, or will we still blame racism and the system for our lack of progress? It is a question that only the man in the mirror can answer. To be continued next week. Thank you for watching. Join us at http://www.theprophetexperts.co.uk.